What is up, you guys? Welcome to day 19. Today we are closing out chapter 2. We are going to just note and figure out our top takeaways, build your own recipe card based off of everything that you just learned over the past many couple of days and everything that you have uncovered about who you are, ... really. Not what someone told you that you are, what you think that you need to be, but who you are really. And can I just get a real honest answer in the live chat for those of you that are on the live chat? If not, comment down below. But did you have any breakthroughs or realizations or epiphanies throughout the last couple of days going through the last chapter of who you are really? Is there anything that you uncovered that you're like, dang, whether it was your element, your color, personality, something that I said that you're like, yeah. So if you had a moment of yes, or a moment that you learned something, I would love to know if that happened and what it was. So with that said, this is one of my favorite pages in the workbook. It's called The Recipe of You, and it's a bunch of recipe cards that we're just going to go through and note your top takeaways over the last couple days, over the last chapter of who you are really. So number 1, what was your color personality? Simple. What was your color personality? What was it? Was it the rock star? Was it the spiritual siren? Was it the creative queen? Was it the big dreamer, the golden goddess? What was it? And what was like the thing that you were just happy about, that you learned, that was like a breakthrough for you in that? So I can just yammer and give examples as you are writing this down, either write it in the chat or down below. But for me, I'm definitely the big dreamer. I didn't realize how much femininity played a part in my life, relationships, branding, the vibe that I put out. Like, it really is, like, I really am girly. And whenever I realized that I could be okay with that, I feel like it helped me in life and in business, in my relationship. I feel like it's also why I win in my marriage, because we have polarity. Andre is very masculine, very feminine. I don't try to be more masculine. I don't try to be more unisex. I'm just a very girly girl. I'm like that in my work. I'm able to be more strong and masculine in business, but when it comes to our marriage, very feminine. So that's something for me that was a huge breakthrough, but it's very true. Love pink, very girly, very feminine chick. The other thing that I wrote in my notes of my color personality is that it said, like, I believe with my whole heart. Like, the whole Disney thing is so true for me, and not just in the sense of like cartoons and childness. And I feel like those of you that get me get that. Like, for me, the Disney thing isn't the movies and the cartoons and the like adolescence of it. It's about the magic and the unwavering belief in something. And I think that's why, to me, Walt was so inspiring, is just, you believe with your whole heart and you believe in magic and you know that things are possible. And for that to be a part of the brand was really interesting too. So the part where I said about the muse also, I didn't realize. So the way that I saw it, I was like, well, I don't really like Reese Witherspoon. I mean, sure. Ariana Grande, sure. You know, out of that whole list, Reese Witherspoon is the only one I follow. And I was like, oh, maybe, yeah, that is me. So I built these based off of all people that I know. And I just didn't realize that I was building one that would very much be me. So which one was you to your T? And what I tried to do was go through, like I said, people that I know in real life. So for an example, I know I've talked about my mother-in-law quite a few times, but she's definitely the color white, like, for sure. Values cleanliness, very minimalist, very aware of others, very calming presence. Values helping others, very much values organization. That's what she will help you with. She will help you get your life together. So there's probably one color personality that's dominating to you. So which one was it? And what did you learn that you were like, this will help me win in life? And maybe I didn't even notice it. So what is it? Share all the things. And again, don't pick the thing that you think that you need to be. Please, safe zone. You go on with your bad self. Oh, and I want to note something, because I don't feel like I noted it that day during the personality quiz of the colors. When I shared the part of what is your least favorite trait about yourself, it doesn't need to be negative, but just understanding that that's who you are. And maybe what's really cool is if you can see a friend be another one, just understand that that's who they are. So for me, mine is emotional. Like, I'm a very emotional person, whether that is high highs or low low. I'm definitely not emotionless. I'm definitely I have moments. So it could have been the moody one. Like, I definitely, those are the things that I'm like, that's my least favorite trait about myself, that I have like a full spectrum of emotions. I can either go 0 or go to 60. And it's just how I am. Like, I would never, and I think that's why it works for me with YouTube, because I can't sit here and be like, hi guys, so today we're going to talk about your color personality. Like, I don't even know if the mic picked that up. Like, this is just not who I am. I am pretty much like this all the time. So try and understand that not so favorite trait is just who you are and own it. Like, that's who you are. It's all good. We all have our not so favorite traits, but I think being honest about it can be super helpful and freeing. Does that make sense? Which one was your element? So earth, air, fire, water, metal. Like, let's just call it like a precious metal because I want it to be like happy across all. And I don't want you to judge yourself based off of it. You can be a combination of two of these for sure. I would definitely say that I majored in being fire, minored in being a earth element for sure. Major in fire, minor in earth, definitely. What did you learn? What was a breakthrough for that? For me, I learned that it is so true that I don't want to play if I can't win. That is me to a T. And I don't mean just with board games, like I want to win. So hopefully you wrote that out. What was your big breakthrough with your element? What are your favorite things? What did you learn? What surprised you? Like what was it? Next, your Enneagram. So hopefully you had a chance to really figure out what your Enneagram is. We've gone through this multiple times now with the Daily Grind series, so I didn't want to spend too much time on it. And also it's not me that created it. So I don't even feel right diving into it, but I do think it's so powerful to know which one yours is. So one of the 9. So what were you? I'm definitely a 3. I'm definitely the achiever. Definitely motivated by winning. Definitely value words of praise and affirmation. It just makes me happy. So what is your Enneagram? So you should have your 3 recipe cards so far, and there is 3 more. So traits that you learned about yourself. What did you learn about yourself? Like I said, I definitely learned that I'm way more feminine than I thought. Definitely value the magic. Definitely value winning. Definitely capable of coming off maybe aggressive or overpowering or overconfident or whatever that would be as a fire symbol. And traits that I knew about myself. So that would be the next one. What you learned, traits that you knew. I knew that I was not a sore loser, but I didn't want to play if I can't win. I know that I'm competitive. I know that that's what drives me also. So we're going to use these things to your advantage. So if you've always felt like you're an overly competitive person, or you're overly into like luxurious things, like if you were the golden goddess and you're just very motivated by that, if you're very motivated by like the life of the party and social settings and friendships and all of that, then that's what motivates you. So we're going to work on that. So traits that you knew about yourself. I definitely knew that I was competitive, and I definitely knew that I was motivated by competition. I just didn't realize how much and how much we could play into that and use that in the future. So traits that you knew about yourself. And what do you want to improve? So if there was something that you were like, ugh, definitely could work on that. I would definitely love to be less like all over the spectrum in terms of going 0 to 60. Like I would love to find like just an even balance of just being more zen. So I would love to be a little bit more pure princess. I would love to be a little bit more of the like white color. I would also love to be a little bit more of the black color. I would also love to be a little bit more of the beige color. I would also love to be a little bit more of the aqua color and just be more flippin' like zen and chill and organized and calm and peaceful. I'd like to work on that. So maybe a mixture of the two. I would also love to be more, I think, earth, find a balance between fire and earth, if that makes sense. In terms of my Enneagram, just making sure that I'm utilizing that properly. So that's ways that I would like to improve. Now, your top takeaways, ready? We have this at the end of every chapter. 4 questions, yes, with 3 answers per. So favorite traits based off of your personality test. What are your top 3 favorite traits about yourself? Top 3, go. What do you love about yourself based off of what you learned in these personality traits? Favorite things, go. Share it. I love this chapter because I feel like it's like a kumbaya moment where we all come together and just share all of our thoughts. Second question, best traits about me that I'd love to tap into. So I'll do this with you guys. So first question, favorite traits based off of personality tests. I definitely like my motivated, driven self. I think that that's good. I definitely like the femininity. I definitely like My organized self, like the little touch of emerald that I am, like I like that. Best traits that I'd love to tap into. The organized self, let's get more into that. Let's go back and check our notes. Oh, I definitely liked, with being an Enneagram 3, I like that I have the focus, and I would like to tap into that. That was literally a goal that I wrote in my planner for this month, is just to tap into that focus. So what are some things that are your favorite traits, and what are some of the best traits that you just want to expand on and grow? What are some traits that you learned about that create conflict? So for me, definitely the emotional part create conflict, because if I'm around someone that's very emotionless, they could see me as aggressive, confusing, angry, and I'm just not. I just have a full spectrum of emotion. So what are some things that you learned about yourself that create conflict that you can just be aware of? It's not that you need change, just be aware of it and understand that it's not your fault. It's just happening, and that's what could be creating the thing that is creating some friction in your life. And the fourth question, what are habits and traits that you know you should change now? So I'm going to go back through mine. And I know that I learned that words of affirmation mean everything. They need to mean a little bit less. Like, they can't mean all of that. I need to be able to play the game without fear of losing. The other thing too that I think that I need to work on is, like, because a fire element hates complacency and they very much lack patience in achieving the goal, I think I need to understand that, it's all part of the plan. You got to be patient. And that's my big thing this year is I'm not all about being married to the deadline and giving myself some grace with that. So what are yours based off of your notes that you've taken, based off of your own personality? Who are you? If you need to go back and watch the last couple of days again as a reminder, all good. The purpose of today is to kind of encompass everything into one solid piece, maybe 2 different papers. That's how it's mapped out in the workbook. You've got your recipe of you page, and then you have your top takeaways page. And then we always end with just a blank space for you to create notes and doodles and just brain dump all of the things that you just learned about who you are really. I'm so excited. Congratulations. You just finished chapter 2. Tomorrow we are starting chapter 3, and we're going to dive in deep to what you value and how that dictates how you go after your goals and what goals you go after and how you are motivated. I'm so excited. So it's going to be really good. We're going to do some more assessments in that chapter, and we're going to start chapter 3 tomorrow. So I will see you there. Bye, guys.